My wife called me her practice husband in front of her friends, so I showed her what practice divorce looks like. I'd been married to Haley for 3 years, decent marriage, or so I thought. I made good money, she'd quit her job a year after we got married to figure out what she really wanted to do, and I'd been supporting both of us ever since. Last Friday, she had her girlfriends over for dinner like she did every month. I cooked, served them, then went to clean up. That's when I heard my name and tuned in. Honestly, girls, Anthony's just my practice husband until I find someone better. I literally froze with a plate in my hand. Her friend asked what she meant by practice husband, and Haley started explaining how I was good for now because I paid all her bills and did the cooking, but she wasn't planning to stay with me forever. Said I was fine for practice, but not husband material long term. The problem was she couldn't leave me yet because I paid for everything. All three started laughing like it was the funniest thing ever. What hit me wasn't just what she said, it was how casually she said it. Like obvious accepted fact. She wasn't confessing some secret, just stating the situation like commenting on the weather. After her friends left, I waited an hour before confronting her. When I asked about the practice husband comment, she acted confused at first. When I spelled it out, her whole demeanor changed. Oh, that? Yeah, I said that. Do you have a problem? Just like that. No apology, no explanation. That weekend was the longest 48 hours of my life. Haley acted completely normal while I sat there thinking about how she'd basically admitted to using me as a financial safety net. Monday morning, I called in sick and went to my lawyer. Best decision I ever made was insisting on that prenup 3 years ago. Haley hadn't been happy about it, kept saying it showed I didn't trust her. Turns out my paranoia was justified. The prenup was straightforward. Anything I owned before marriage stayed mine. Anything I earned during marriage stayed mine unless she could prove financial contribution. Since she'd quit working and hadn't contributed financially in 2 years, she had no claim to the house, savings, or car. I spent the week quietly preparing, moved money from joint accounts, changed passwords, updated contact information. Haley never noticed because she never paid attention to finances anyway. I had divorce papers drawn up Thursday, then I waited for the perfect moment. Saturday morning, as soon as she left for brunch with her girlfriends, I called to cancel her credit cards and froze our joint checking account. 30 minutes to cut off the financial pipeline. Around 1:30, my phone started buzzing. First text asking me to call the bank because her card got declined. Then increasingly frantic messages as she realized she couldn't pay for anything. Half an hour later, she came storming in, yelling about how embarrassing it was when her cards got declined, how her friend had to pay for lunch. I was sitting on the couch with divorce papers in my lap and boxes beside me. When she stopped yelling, I told her real calm, "Yeah, I canceled the cards because you don't need them anymore." That's when she noticed the papers and boxes. I handed her the divorce papers and explained this was her graduation from practice marriage. The look on her face was worth every penny I'd spent on her. Pure shock, then panic, then desperate backtracking. She tried every approach, claiming it was a joke, apologizing, getting angry, making it my fault. But the damage was done. I'd heard exactly what she thought of our marriage. When she tried to argue she couldn't be kicked out because it was her house too, I showed her the prenup. You could see her face change as she realized how screwed she was. She'd signed away any claim to everything. I gave her 2 hours to pack and get out. She tried crying, tried arguing, tried one last desperate plea. I told her she should have thought about that before calling me practice.